Hi guys, I'm talking about the grade 8, 1.8, which is solving equations by adding or subtracting. So previously we prepared you how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with the negative numbers. And now we are trying to prepare you to solve equations by adding or subtracting. So first of all, we want to define an equation. So what is an equation? So an equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign to show that two expressions have the same value. So previously we talked about algebraic expression and numerical expression. So an equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign. So all equations has an equal sign. So that has an equal sign, and then it will show that two expressions actually have the same value. So that is the definition of an equation. So what is solve? To solve an equation is that when we try to find what the variable represent, what the value of the variable represent. So solving is the process of finding the value of the variable represent. So to solve a mathematical equation is we want to try to find the value of the variable. So then thirdly, what is the solution? The solution is the value of the variable. So once we solve the equation, we can get the solution. So the solution is the value of the variable. So the solution is the value of the variable. Now, example 1. Okay, so determine which value of x is a solution of the equation. So before we show you how to exactly solve the equation, I want to just tell you how we solve the equation. So now I have x minus 7 equals to 13. And I want to test out which value of x is the solution of the equation. So firstly, I test out x equals to 12. Secondly, I test out as x equals to 20. Okay, and then, so I substitute 12 inside the equation. 12 minus 7 actually equals to 5. So 5 does not equal to 13. So this is actually not the solution. So this is not the solution because they are not the same. If the value of x serves as a solution, it will lead us to a true statement. A true statement, that means that equation exists. Okay, so when x is 20, 20 minus 7 equals to 13. So here we see 13 actually equals to 13. So we know that this is the solution. So I can say x equals to 20 is the solution. So this process tells us the solution of a mathematical equation will make the mathematical equation always exist when I substitute the value of the variable into the mathematical equation. So then here I want to introduce you inverse operations. So inverse operations so then we know that inverse operations is the operation that can undo the other one. So I want to give you some examples. So for example, additions inverse operations is subtraction. Like for something that x plus 2, right? If I do inverse operation like minus 2, then the effect of plus 2 got canceled out. So I should have been more careful. Let me do plus minus 2. So that you can see this is the inverse operation. So the inverse operation will cancel out the effect of the original operation and make them the same. So addition, inverse operation is subtraction. Multiplication, inverse operation is division. Something times 2, if I do divided by 2, then the effect will be cancelled out. Okay, and then I also have exponential. So 2 to the power of something, the inverse operation is log based on 2. So then the effect will be cancelled out and then return to its original form. So that's inverse operation. So it's an operation that undo the original operation. So let's talk about addition property of equality. So this part will be repeated in Algebra 1. So addition property of equality is that we can add the same number to both sides of the equation and the statement will still be true. So if I have a statement that's 2 plus 3 equals to 5, and if I plus 4 to both sides, and then eventually it will become 2 plus 7 equals to 9. So this is a true statement. Once I add the same number to both sides of the statement will still be true. It wouldn't become a false statement just because I add two numbers to the both sides. So this is a statement, and once I add number to both sides, the statement will still be true. So whatever is true, I add a number, it will still be true. Such as when x equals to y, my x plus z will still equals to y plus z. So that's addition property of equality. That means if I add two numbers the same at two different sides, then the true statement will remain true. So what is subtraction property of equality? So in the words that we can subtract the same number from both sides of an equation and the statement will still be true. Such as, now I have 4 plus 7 equals to 11. And this is a true statement. And then I minus 3 to one side, I minus 3 to the other side. And then this will become 4 plus 4, and 11 minus 3 is 8. So this is 4 plus 4 equals to 8, and it will still be true. So true statement will remain true. So algebra, the example here is when x equals to y and x minus z will equals to y minus z. So this is the way it is when something remains true, when I add something or subtract something, the statement will still be true. So now, try to solve the equation. So there are two ways of solving it. And this is kind of important, and I will try my best, and you will try your best. So we will all work together. I'll try my best to teach you because I really want you to learn this. So there are two ways. So method 1, 6 plus t equals to 28. So then I just minus 6 both sides. And then t equals to 22. I also have method 2. So method 2, we use inverse operation. So 6 plus t equals to 28. In order to make the statement true, I want to cancel out positive 6. There's an invisible positive here. So I do minus 6 both sides. So I cancel out the effect of plus. So t equals to 28 minus 6 equals to 22. Okay, so for B, I'll just use the second way. So when we see here, minus A move to the other side becomes plus inverse operation. So M equals to negative 14 plus A, or you can do mental math, it's just negative 6. And then for C, from here, I circle it, move it to the other side. So plus 14 plus 15, 29 equals to W.